Greetings, my people. Greetings, my people. Greetings, my people. Today is Wednesday, August 14th, 2024, 9:40 a.m. And I'm gonna jump right into it. I asked this question because somebody sent me the video talking about listening to Neyo and Nick Cannon, and I think it was Godfrey, or I do know he was. Nick Cannon was talking to Godfrey about this specific topic, about why they stopped being good guys, right? And most of it they said because they started being the poetry guys, they started being this, they was giving flowers, and it wasn't appreciated, right? They said it wasn't appreciated and it wasn't respected, so they stopped being it. And I keep telling y'all that you become an agent. Just like the movie The Matrix. You become an agent. What was his name? Mr. Smith. And when he would catch everybody and he would transform them, how would they turn out? They begin to look like everybody else, correct? So that's what happens. So because what this world does is if something is different, it makes you either have to have tough skin and a hell of a determination and be that in that environment, or it makes you capitulate or conform to that, right? So the fact that they said they stopped being these good guys and they became the opposite, right? So you stop being what the world needed was kind, beautiful people. This is why we have so many shitty people in the world. This is why there's an influx of crying ass, quote unquote, high value Kevin Samuel followers. um, and what makes it crazy with Neyo is he's a hypocrite. Now, why you say he's a hypocrite, Obasi? Because his whole thing has sold you R&B and love music, right? His whole get down has sold you chivalry, right? His whole thing was showing you his music was put to teach us how to love women. Am I correct or am I wrong? So essentially, he really has been selling you something that he doesn't even believe, like these rappers, MC Gustos. And I'm so tired of this with these black men, especially when you over 40. You have multiple children. I'm talking about dudes. I ain't got on women yet. You got multiple children. You got multiple baby mamas. See, you are westernized. See, y'all are Americanized. Y'all can fight over this country all y'all want. Y'all can call yourselves indigenous Americans, black Americans, foundational black Americans, Moorish Americans, wherever you want to put that, and then put that American behind it, you can be that. But to be an American is to have a Western worldview. Is to have a Eurocentric worldview. Because whether you want to understand it or not, America is just an extension of Europe. It's westernized. When you say Black America, it's a subculture. Because if it was your culture, if you were the dominant culture, wouldn't your religion run it? Wouldn't your worldview run it? Wouldn't your God look like you? Or am I tripping? So the fact that we have westernized people, the fact that you have Europeanized people, that they only understand how to love from a European standard, which is misogynistic, which is cheating. Now this go. So I guess I should say feminist for the females. You love everything that's anti-you. I made a video on my TikTok, and it got a couple of people in their emotions. And I said, why is it okay for us as a whole to give up on Black American males and females and not give that was conditioned in America and by America, but not give up on America that created that condition? Why is it overlooked that how America treats Black people, America treats indigenous people, America treats melanated people? Whatever if you got this hue, this color right here, I'm talking about you. If you are frustrated with how this world, this world, let's say world, but for the sake of the conversation, this country treats you, I'm talking about you. So why is it okay to continue to represent America in these games like they just did? And then you come back. That's essentially like soldiers going to fight a war, and then they come back and they can't even get benefits. They get treated like common citizens. So how is it you can adopt this mindset, Neyo, Nick Cannon? How is it you can adopt this mindset that I'm going to stop being this because it mistreats me? But your mind can't pick up on, I'm gonna stand up and I'm going to stand up, or I'm gonna stop the treatment of this country of how it treats people that look like me. It doesn't value people that look like me because y'all cowards. Y'all are 40-year-old cowards. And that's an excuse. I got cerebral palsy and I'm a short dude. So if anybody got a right to hate Black women because that's all I date, I can't say women. It would be me. But I'll never be a Agent Smith. I'll never sit on a podcast and destroy Black women. I'll never sit on a podcast and destroy single mothers. That's why I bang on that sissy Kevin Samuels. Because what he induced on the world, it feminized men even more. It made Black males even more bitchy and entitled. I had a guy telling me, you're a disgrace to the men he spoke for. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all always want somebody to speak for y'all. Whether y'all want a political leader, a president, but in this case, y'all want a lower level effeminized man that sit up there and just tore women down. Now, did he speak truth on some of those situations? Of course. Of course, because some of these sisters need a reality check. Because the West, they are westernized too. They have become like entitled white housewives. Understand this culture or the subculture. Understand your brain programming. But to sit up here and say, like most Black women have become, most Black females have become entitled, and they don't understand. They don't even know what they're looking for. That's why they still saying they're looking for a thrill. They like excitement. A good guy is boring. Because when you have a calm spirit and you don't scream at them, that's unfamiliar to their programming. When you don't lead with your phallus and your attitude, that's unfamiliar. They question if you even strong. So you'll listen to a guy like Nick Cannon, and Umar Johnson sits down with this guy every day. and never questions why he has so many children that he's not taking care of. And I'm not talking about financial. All of these are broken homes, are they not? He's not married to all of those women. But Umar can't. He asked that question because Umar Johnson don't even spend time with his own children. How is it that y'all purport and let a person sit up here and tell you he's their leader and y'all never have seen him in the classroom teach children? Y'all have never heard him talk about a good experience, or has he ever taken his children to the park? Something cute that his children may have said? Because you are listening to broken people. That's why it attracts you so much, because they tap on the broken components and pieces that are within you. It's the familiarity. That's why the world likes Charleston White, because he's unpredictable. Because he reminds you of that drunk uncle that talks shit and you almost got to knock him out because he gets up in your face. He says the most bipolar, schizoid things that doesn't make sense, but he masters saying the obvious. He masters plucking your emotions. And these are the guys that you let shape your memory or shape how you feel toward females, toward the world, toward the youth in Charleston White's case. In all their cases, really. So I'm listening to a short clip, and there's only so much of Charleston White I can take. Because when you kind of understand, that's noise. You know what I'm saying? That's like the white noise on the TV. And he was talking about Umar Johnson. And he was saying, and the guy alluded to and said, well, y'all are both pro-black. And he's like, I ain't pro-black. I don't give a fuck about black people. How is it that he can continue to say this? Because he got people so programmed, because I read comments and they said, well, Unc's speaking the truth. Well, he is telling the truth, and you find ways to rationalize why he's correct on what he's saying. You find ways to rationalize it. But because you pick and choose, and we all do it in a sense. Even when you're defending a degenerate person, you're picking and choosing, because you're not defending all the people that's under that degeneracy. So like I said, we all do it in one way or another. Right? But for him to say, and he said this several times, I don't give a fuck about black people. He said, I'm for the niggas. I like people that tell women, fuck up, B. And then because he's always playing a what? Charleston White has told you several times he's playing a character. So you don't know who this real person is. The eternal mind fuck. The eternal mind game. And you have these type of black males influencing. That's why that word is so strong, a social media influencer. Who you think they're influencing? How do you think they're influencing? Oh, I'm a social media influencer. And these guys, in Nick Cannon and Neyo's case, they are millionaires. They have hella influence. They have this smoke and say, I stopped being this type of guy. But when Nick Cannon had Professor Griff on his show and he made those anti-Semitic remarks, whatever that is, you remember the apology tour he went on? Because this system trains you to apologize to everybody but your own. So you can boldly say black women ain't shit. You can boldly say black men ain't shit. But when it comes to that LGBT, don't they walk on eggshells? Well, I don't want to be offensive. That's why I talked about those Negroes doing the Ryan Garcia thing. Because notice how Cameron and Mace has all that smoke for Shakur Stevenson. Notice how they make you hate Shakur Stevenson. But when Ryan Garcia came out and went on a nigger rant, Mace said, well, this is a touchy subject. I don't know. He led with compassion because that's unfamiliar territory. Just like a woman being with a good guy, whatever that is. It's outside of her experience. She don't know how to treat it because she's used to degeneracy. She used to the rude boy. She used to the bad boy. She feels safe, but then in the other part of her mind, they'll tell you black men don't protect them. Am I making sense? Hit sevens in this if you listen at my content, and I'm telling the truth. Hit sevens in my comments. Whenever you ask a black woman or female, and I'm saying this specifically because that's who I'm talking to. I'm not interested in any other. I love mine. I don't care how I care how I've been treated because my therapist say stop saying these type of words. I care how I've been treated, but I'll never abandon mine. Because it's billion of them. You mean tell me all these women gonna tell me no? No, I don't believe it. It's not true. It might not be the one I want. And that's what y'all need to understand. The one that you want don't want you. It's the eternal game. Again, the eternal mind fuck that we play. I don't want what wants me. But I chase what doesn't want me. That's why they are conditioned to like the guy that takes their car and drive it all day and leave them at the house. That's why we chase the one that leave us on red. Because we say it's the thrill of the chase. I know I'm guilty of that. But that's a cop out what Neyo and them say. And because we have a shared experience, that's why it resonates with black males. Because we all done been in that situation in one way or another. We all have been in that situation where we loved the hell out of a woman. And she just didn't like you. Because this is my thing. Tell me what y'all think. I always think that somebody is more invested than the other one. Somebody loves the other person more than the other person loves them. From my experience, and I can only speak from my experience, it's very rare where both people are equally as interested, equally loved, equally or is smitten. So when you have that imbalance, and most people say, well, you single till you marry. Yeah, I hate that. And so they continue to look. They continue to look because they don't know if they really want to be with you, or you don't know if you really want to be with them. Majority of people are afraid of commitment. But when it's that one that you don't want, it's that infatuation. You ready to go all out. Am I right or wrong? Why is that? Why do we want what don't want us? And don't want what wants us? It's that imbalance. It's just masked in the person that we're interested in. Does that make sense? It's just masked in the person that we're interested in. So we look at the shell, which is a beautiful black woman or a nice looking brother, and that becomes our experience. And we say, man, all these black women like this. Because it is a blessing. It is an honor. It is something beautiful for you to be really awakened. I'm not talking about this diet woke stuff. I'm not talking about this diet woke stuff where you done looked at a couple of YouTube videos, you went to a couple of seminars, and now you think you woke. Because this real getting information, it is a lifetime journey. You don't become a master teacher in 6 months because you ain't even mastered life. You're still learning life. I'm 42 years old, still learning life. So how can I master? I'm still learning components in me. So I keep telling you, I did another video where I said, it is how we experience each other. So when these guys are talking to you, they're talking to you from how they experience people. But we're so unbalanced because we don't believe in these meiotic scales because we're everything but African. We don't believe in these meiotic scales. We don't even, I would even say you don't even believe in the yin and yang. It's just a nice tattoo. You don't believe in that balance. So they can only see how they have been mistreated, but they can't see how they mistreated. They can only see how they cheat, but they can't understand how they've been cheated on, but they can't see how they cheat. Because that is the westernized subculture that I just told you about. That is the whitewashing. And that's how the white boy get down. He can do what he want to do to you, but you better not touch him. And that's how they get down. Hit them sevens if I'm correct. Ain't that's how they get down? They can destroy you. I was listening to that TikTok this morning, and they have created a narrative around this sister Sonia Massey that the caption, these were black people that said, why did Sonia Massey throw the pot? You done been so brainwashed that you think it's natural order for the police officer to kill you. You so broken as a slave, you start rationalizing why it's okay that the police shoot you. But y'all don't give up on that. And guess what? I'm not expecting y'all to give up with, because some of these people, America is all we know. Where you gonna go? You don't want to rebel. You want comfort. That's why I like Kanye West's song, New Slaves. Spending everything on Alexander Wang, New Slaves. You see his leaders and his followers, but I'd rather be a dick than a swallower. You don't want to rebel. You want comfort. You tired of the rusty chains, so you want some gold chains. You tired of the rusty chains, so you want some diamond chains. But it's still a chain nonetheless. So you figure if you can assimilate again and become an agent Smith and blend in the environment, you'll be okay. So that's why you okay with listening to broken guys. Now they financially set. but they mentally and spiritually bankrupt. Nick Cannon can put all the turbans on his head all he wants because it's an accessory. Y'all keep talking about, well, he was about to do, Nick was about to do the Dr. Saber documentary, and Nick Cannon took over. Nick Cannon ain't got the juice to even awaken you. Y'all let anybody sit up here and tell y'all they conscious. It's just aware. But what is he aware of? If there's a role and Nick Cannon got to put on a dress and lipstick and heels, he'll do that. And y'all will sit there and let a black man tell you that's how a black man's supposed to be? They have no allegiance to nothing but that dollar. That's why they're not going to push the line. Because they don't want to go back to that regular life. They are controlled by fear. They don't want to go back. What did Steve Harvey say? The best thing you can do for a poor person is not to become one. The best thing you can do for a poor person is to not become one. And in his mind, that made sense. But these the black men that you let lead and give y'all messages. You let Tyler Perry give you a message that cross-dresses. Stop listening to these confused black males. Stop listening to them. Stop listening to these podcast relationship gurus. Stop listening to academics. Don't listen to no man that say he got the tea. What you mean you got some tea? Stop listening to these men. Oh, they sit up here and tell a black woman is how she's not. If she got children, she over the hill. If she don't have children, something wrong with her. But a man that has multiple children, he okay. And y'all teach these babies this? This is what y'all teach the babies. Come on, y'all. Come on. Imbalanced people. Do as I say, not as I do. And it resonates within you because that's still the frequency you on. You haven't elevated your frequency yet. You still on that hypocritical frequency. You still buy into black males ain't shit. You still like that Cynthia G mentality. Wake up, black people. And everybody not meant to wake up. But change some stuff within you. Peace.